week's topic was the essential thing that you're missing out of your relationship in order for it to thrive. Okay? Something along those lines. I'm not going to repeat exactly what the blog title is. However, that's the gist of it. And it's something that I like to call the seesaw analogy. So, this is something that I kind of just figured, like, it was something that just like popped into my head, and I'm like, oh, I could use this. So, basically, it's the fact that I will just go with my own. I'll just say me because that's what I know the most. So for me, it would be very common for me to want to try to change my partner. Okay, because I used to think, well, I'm not doing anything. I'm not. I don't have a substance use disorder. I'm not doing anything like that. Therefore, I don't have anything to change, and that's wrong. Because I actually had a lot of things to change. I just didn't know it. So I would go and, try to get him to change. And, I would call rehabs, or I would do this, or I would do that. I would make ultimatums. I would make boundaries that I wouldn't stick with. I would basically just do everything in my power to try to change what he was doing. And that doesn't work. And so, even if it was something that wasn't even that, like, crazy, even if it had, like, nothing to do with anything like that, even if it was just, like, eating healthier, like, well, I think that, you're eating too much junk food and you need to eat healthier, or you need to be, going to the gym because it's so good for you, I'm going to the gym, you should go to the gym too. Like, that's, I would do stuff like that all the time. Okay. And I would be frustrated and I would get resentful if he didn't do what I said, if he didn't do what I advised, or if he was like, no, I don't want to do that. Even if he wasn't like, that apprehensive about it, I would just get really upset because I'm like, well, what do you mean? I'm just trying to take care of you. But, and I would feel that I was doing something because I would tell him to do stuff. I would be like, well, I just care about you. And, I'm putting all my time and effort into making sure that you're like taking care of yourself, but I wasn't doing anything for me. But the thing was, either one, I didn't know that I needed to do anything because I thought that I was fine, or two, I didn't want to put all the extra effort into that because I was so, like dead set on making sure that he was okay. And like that was my mission, was to make sure that he was like okay. But it doesn't work like that. That's like terrible. So, I would be resentful that, I wasn't putting myself first. And I'd be like, well, why do I have to do all this stuff for you if you're not doing anything for yourself? But nobody asked. That was my thing. I decided to do that, but then nobody asked me to do that. So then as time went on, then I realized that I had to put myself first because like I can't be out here doing everything for other people and then not taking care of myself, because it doesn't make any sense, because then I'm just not going to be able to take care of myself. And I know I brought this quote up before, but I'm going to do it again. It's like the quote, you can't pour from an empty cup. So I'm over here trying to pour nothing into other people's cups and I wasn't doing anything. So that's my first point. Okay. So back to the seesaw analogy. So imagine you have a seesaw, like the little, has a little thing in the middle and it has like a piece of wood on it, just very basic ones, and they go, back and forth. It's like a little toy that kids play on. Okay. They're like at parks or whatever. Okay. So imagine for a second that the laws of physics do not apply. And let's say that this is, instead of being rigid, it's bendy. Okay. And there's weight on both ends so that it's like, a rainbow shape, both ends are tied to the ground and it still has the thing in the middle. Okay. That is your relationship when neither of you are taking care of yourselves or doing anything for the benefit of your relationship. So then imagine that, okay, so that's the thing. You guys are both not taking care of yourselves. You guys are both weighted down. Okay? Now imagine if one of you does the work. Okay? So then the weight on your side, decreases, and then you're not tied to the ground anymore. Okay? That is good because you're lessening your weight. But if only one of you in the relationship doesn't, have the weight anymore, it's still not going to work. The other side is still, connected to the ground by the weight. It's still held down, and you can't have a free flowing seesaw like it's meant to be used. Only when both of you do the work on yourselves with the intent of fixing yourself and not trying to fix the other person, only then will the seesaw actually be able to work. And sometimes you can have it in perfect balance. And then sometimes it'll go like this. You guys will have your highs, you guys will have your lows. You guys might be opposite or whatever, or you guys might be in perfect balance. But the point is, that's how you get the seesaw to work how it's intended, is to have it, like I said, be free flowing. If only one of you does it, then it's not going to work. So it's kind of like that with relationships, like if only one of you does the work, I mean, that's good for that person who's doing the work, but it's still not going to be like, it still won't be able to flow as intended. So then it's still not going to work. But you also can't go into it, wanting to take care of yourself and put yourself first. You can't go into it with the idea that you're going to try to change your partner. You can't do that either, because then you're going into it for the wrong reasons. And then you're going to be upset and resentful if it doesn't work, if they don't change as a result of you changing. You have to do it because, like they say about, our loved ones, they say that they have to hit bottom, rock bottom, whatever. You also have to hit a bottom where you are just so fed up with how things are going that you just want to change because you can't handle life like that anymore. So only then you put in the effort for yourself because you want to get better for yourself. And only then is it actually going to be legit, and only then is it actually going to work for you. And now this doesn't happen for all things, but I've just noticed in my own observations that usually when you do that, the other person will follow as well, because you're getting healthier, but you're doing it for all the right reasons, that it kind of inspires them to change too. Not all the time, but I'm saying that is something that can happen too. But like I said, the point is to not go into it for that reason. Okay, I know that they share a lot of stories like that in like the Al-Anon book and the Nar-Anon book. They're like, once I decided to change for myself, then my partner changed as well, and that's really cool. And I feel like that's kind of what happened in my situation. But like it kind of has to do too with like when you're healthier, then you are more able to make boundaries that you'll stick with. You're more able to make like how you want your life to look, so you're more motivated to make it like that. You're not so wishy-washy because you actually know what's going on and what you want. So that's just my thoughts on that. I mean, like I said, everybody's different, but that's just how I know that things have worked for me. So the point is to put yourself first because you want to, and because it'll be better for everyone in the long run. Because then, like I said, you'll be able to figure things out. You'll be able to know what you want. You'll know what you want your life to look like, and things will flow. So I have a quote to end off with. It is by Jacob M. Broad, and it says, "Consider how hard it is to change yourself, and you'll understand what little chance you have in trying to change others." Because it's true. Like if you decide, hey, I'm going to start being healthy, I'm going to work out every day, like it's not a light switch. It takes a long time. So consider how hard it is to change something in yourself, and you'll realize that trying to change other people is basically pointless because it's really hard. So focus on yourself first, and the rest will follow. And you'll know what the rest is because you'll know what you want your life to look like. Okay? Signing off now. If you have any comments, let me know. If you have any input, let me know. I am always trying to learn. That it's just from my perspective. Just wanted to share with you guys, and I will see you the next time I make a video.